I'm not gonna say short the market right now. I think the best hedge is to have liquidity because the market has hit is about to hit those all-time highs. And what I know about all-time highs is there's always some shooters up there, which means the market has to decline. And I think on that decline, we'll probably get about a 5% retracement, I think, and then the market will go back up. Here's why I say that.
What's going on, Trap? My guy. I got a macro level question. I like to pick your brain about where your head is at, especially in the sociopolitical, kind of things that's going on. There's a lot of stuff been going on since the start of the year, and how that affects you on a day-to-day, your day-to-day operations, right? So here's my question, right? With the rising geopolitical tensions, like the Israel-Iran conflict, how should we adjust our trading strategy, especially when market volatility spikes and institutional players start hedging? And from a risk perspective, how do you see retail investors protecting themselves from getting caught in the fog of war-driven market moves?
With the geopolitical tensions, I'll be honest, man. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't shift the strategy not one bit. Here's why. Because I stayed in that pocket of 20 to 30% because we didn't see nothing really change about tariffs. And for me, that was the underlying issue. The geopolitical tension was already there. We just added another layer to it. So for me, position size and liquidity has always been, I told Sean this the other day. I said, Sean, we in about 22 plays. I said, I'm a decrease position sizes right here. Why? Because I don't want to over leverage the portfolio. I said I'm a decrease position size. So I'm like, plays I do next, I'm not going heavy. One, because nothing changed. We still don't got no tariff deals yet. July 9th is around the corner. So nothing changed. We had no data that really blew us out the water. We got an earnings season that's coming up soon. So my strategy, honestly, did not change. With Trump going to the Netherlands right now, and if Iran and Israel really stay the course, he done pimped the markets. If Iran and Israel stay the course and don't trip, bruh, he done pimped the markets. It's a done. My thing is, I want to see what Jerome Powell gonna do. That's gonna be interesting. How would I tell investors hedge? I think that now that the markets have, they saying, I'm always this type of person. I'm always cautiously optimistic. Why? Because again, I don't see that nothing changed. The market is just banking on what's happening. And so I'm probably, because the NASDAQ just hit an all-time high, because the S&P is I'm probably about to take a little profit off the table right now. I'm probably about to take some profit off the table for me. But how would I tell people hedge? What would be a great thing to tell people to hedge? I think that the best hedge right now, this is a good one. I would say gold, but I think because the market has taken on more risk, the gold trade has declined. Not saying it won't come back, but the market has taken on more risk. The market is seeing that they definitely want to go into stocks. So I think the gold trade is not what it used to be 2 months ago. Not saying that it won't come back. It's done really good. I'm not gonna say short the market right now. I think the best hedge is to have liquidity because the market has hit is about to hit those all-time highs. And what I know about all-time highs is there's always some shooters up there, which means the market has to decline. And I think on that decline, we'll probably get about a 5% retracement, I think, and then the market will go back up. Here's why I say that. Think about this. The market had hit all-time high in February. It always needs a pullback before we run again. I want to show this right quick. So all about the V. The NASDAQ 100 has did a remarkable V-shaped recovery. It went down 22% and shot back up. It broke all-time high. Why did I say that? There's always a big decline needed so that the market can skyrocket back up. Now, this is what's gonna happen right now. The market is now gonna flirt in no man's land. And it's gonna make a lot of people skeptical. So this is why I'm saying, hey, let's take a little bit off the table. Now, the dope part about what's coming up is July, Tom Lee is my guy. Don't be listening to Tom. Tom be knowing. Tom be, Dan eyes be out, Tom be knowing. July is typically a really good month. But what I want to do is, I want to pull back a little bit. And I'm going to take off my positions, and I'm going to let the house money run, and I'm going to wait for the market to give me another opportunity. Because we have just now finished the first half of the year. The market has found some footing. So I think the best hedge is position and patience. I personally don't think that is gold. I don't think that is bonds. And I don't think it's time to try to short the market because I don't think the pullback gonna be that deep. I like basketballs, not donuts.
How can I recognize when I'm relying too heavily on technical analysis and missing out on the emotional or psychological factors that influence my trades? So I use apps like Simply Wallstreet, apps like stockanalysis.com, things like that. And then you're able to see analysis forecast. You're also able to see projected growth. You're allowed to see, all these cool things about if this company is making money or not and things of that nature. I tie that into support and resistance. I tie that into liquidity. I tie that into even volume sometimes. And I just can't seem to win a trade. So I just want to know what I'm doing wrong. My long-term investing is going pretty well, but it's the trading that is really knocking me upside my head.
Say, bro, I wish I had his level of calm.
Bruh,
Nah, bro.
he do get the super calm.
Nah, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I appreciate that king so much.
Yeah.
Bro, his level of calm is so so I'm a big energy person.
Mhm.
I would love to be around him to see if he that calm, like, in person.
Yeah.
He like, hey. So first of all, let me say, hey, don't preach the gospel to me, dog.
But he had a chill gospel drink.
He was like preaching the gospel.
He had the love talking slow jam gospel voice.
I like his vibe, bro. Like, he look like he just be like, that shit look like it's about to run.
I'm just mad. He said that joke look like it's about to
That shit
run.
about to run, boy.
With the squint.
Yeah, that bitch about to run. Let me see something real quick. That bitch about to run. I'm about to put a call on that bitch.
Bruh.
I'm about to put a call on that bitch.
The people in our chat, though, they said Chris Brownish.
Nah, bro, I like him. What his name? I want to know what his name is in the Patreon.
Oh,
you gotta come to the event, family. Like, he's so chill.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Real talk about me. I'm such a big energy person. I've always admired people that was super chill. So when am I relying too much on technicals then? So here's what I will say. It sounds like, for me, you are overloading because you are adding, so watch this. The growth is about to be good. So you're looking at growth rate and how much money a company can make. That is good. That is good. You can tie that into the formula, but you gotta leave it once you come up with the strike, okay? The second thing you're doing is that has nothing to do with how the candlesticks move. So those are two different things. That plays a part when earnings and things like that come into existence. But if you're using my formula, once you use it to get the strike price, you're basing strike, you get the strike price and you let it do what it's gonna do. Once you try to start trading with the technicals, I hate to say it like this, but it almost becomes null and void. It becomes the catalyst to why you need to be there, but it doesn't become the catalyst to why the candles are moving a certain way. Man, I hope that makes sense. All right, let me dig in that a little bit deeper. So remember I talked about on here a while back, candle communication. And it's understanding what candles are saying to one another. All right, we're gonna walk through this right quick. Find a strategy or find something in your technical analysis that you are going to stick to. Like for me, one of the things I stick to three things. Identifying market structure. That was the first thing I started really locking in on. Identifying market structure. The next thing was finding support and resistance. So once I identified market structure, once I found support and resistance, then I went to supply and demand. So once I started really like locking on those three things, I would look at my current price, where's the price current, what structure is going on, right? So once I figured out what is the current price, and remember what I always say, you gotta be willing, you gotta look left first before you move right, because looking left gonna tell you how to move right. One of the rules that I came up with, now if you hear somebody say this, you know that they got that from me. I never heard nobody say it like that. I find my current price, and then I start looking left. Because you gotta look left in order to move right. Because when you look left, it's gonna show you how to move right. So once I saw where I was at currently, the next thing I look for is, what's the current structure we in? Once I understand what kind of structure we in, the next thing I look for is, where's my support, where's my resistance? Now, that can be broken down into two ways. You can look at current support and resistance, which will probably be minus support and resistance, or you can go further out and say, what is major support and resistance, which is two different things. And then I try to find supply and demand. Where is the supply zone? Where is the demand zone? That helps me. I don't try to go find, is it a double top? Is it a triple top? Is it a bull flag? Is it all of those things are cool, right? And then right after that, the next thing I'll go to is, watch this. The current candle I'm looking at, what does the next two candles tell me about this one candle? If I'm being honest with you, when I add my technical analysis to the options masterclass, that's gonna be it. The only thing outside of that is I'm gonna explain what price action is. Because you need to understand that. That's it for me.